All right, we're live.
We are live. It ain't no jive. Painting by CERN, the one and only CERN out of New York City. He's an amazing artist. Lovely and vivacious. Cole Hanson's about to join us.
That's me.
Good Hanson. My name is Todd from the Bush. What's up, y'all? How you feeling today? Amazing?
I'm amazing.
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. You should be amazing. You should actively choose to be amazing every day of your life. So, what are we doing? What is this?
So today we're going to talk about high intensity interval training. And really, people are spending a lot of time in the gym, which if you're looking to get fit, we are going to talk about why you really don't need to spend more than 30 minutes a day. Obviously different for weightlifters, but as far as like getting in shape, slimming down, that's what we're going to talk about. Not that you can tell that I got a few layers on, but new leggings, what do we think? Ding, ding, ding.
Those pants though. So, high intensity interval training is what we're discussing today. You want to break it down for the people what high intensity interval training is?
Well, it's basically high intensity intervals. So if you're familiar with Tabata, that would be high intensity interval. So basically you're doing maximum effort for a short period of time.
All out.
As hard as you can go.
Hard body.
But we're talking like 20, 30 seconds up to a minute. Not really longer than a minute per interval.
And then you will either switch exercises to another exercise, or you'll take a very, very, very brief recovery period, maybe 10 seconds. It depends on the type of different styles of interval training. There's Tabata, there's 50-10s, there's continuous stuff, boot camp style stuff. Insanity is high intensity interval.
It's still in.
Yeah, Asylum is high intensity interval training. There's all kinds of interval training. And the benefits of high intensity interval training is this. Short periods of work, and you get cardio benefit, and you get the strength benefit. Traditional cardio, you do not get a strength benefit at all. As a matter of fact, with traditional cardio, being on a treadmill, cardio, staying on the treadmill for an hour, things happen like decreased testosterone level in guys, decreased muscle growth. Forget about muscle hypertrophy if you're on the treadmill 5 days a week for an hour. Forget it. They're just not going to grow. You get increased cortisol levels. And we know from studies, from science, increased cortisol levels cause you to hold on to fat. So you're not going to burn any fat off. And, that's the fear hormone. What else? Weaken immune system. Your immune system can get weak with excessive cardio, just basic cardio. Decreased muscle gains and decreased strength gains. Now, some people, powerlifters and all that stuff, they're not into getting cut up and in bodybuilding style shape. So that strength will also decrease. So if you were doing super box jumps this high and you start doing cardio for a month straight and you're not doing anything else, your strength is going to decrease significantly. So you have to be careful with these things. What the benefit of high intensity interval training is.
That can listen. Right.
The director. The benefit of high intensity interval training is you get the muscle, you get the strength, the fat burning, and it all comes at a time. And it's great. And you don't have to be on the treadmill for 5 days a week. High intensity interval training, studies show that people who've done high intensity interval training for 20 minutes, 3 days a week, have more fat and more muscle growth than people who get on the treadmill for an hour. The fat loss, I would say, I know that the fat loss with people who do high intensity interval training 3 days a week for 20 minutes, I think it was a 60-day study, and 0.2, that's 0.2, not even a whole percent fat loss for the people who were on the treadmill for 5-6 days a week, 30 minutes on the treadmill. So, take this into consideration. You're getting high burst up. You ever wonder why you're watching the track and field stuff, right? And you got the marathon runner. It's a stringy looking person running. And I'm not knocking marathon runners. Y'all are incredible.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I just, marathon is not for me. You know, they can run for, they look pretty thin. Some of them look sickly. Some of them are what we call skinny fat. Okay? And there's not a lot of strength, but they have that endurance thing. Then you see the sprinters, the people who are sprinter, and they're built like Greek gods and goddesses. Their bodies are crazy. They sprint, and everything is interval with them. Interval. So, boom, high capacity right away, in and out. And you want to get your heart rate up. And that's great for cardio and strength conditioning at the same time. So you get less time in the gym. For the people who are super busy, high intensity is a wonderful thing. What do you guys say, Coach?
You know, we're both personal trainers, and we spend a great deal of amount of time in gyms as well. And they come into the gym, and I see them work out for 2 hours, 3 hours, but they're doing the same exercise. Even if they're lifting, they're doing the same exercise. They're on the treadmill, they're on the elliptical, and even if they're the same movement, your body's going to acclimate, adjust, and get used to. So if you aren't getting changes in your body, the great thing with some interval training is you have a capacity to change up those moves so quickly that your body can't ever really keep up. So same with getting kicked back into gear by doing kind of this roller coaster where spurts of energy and short breaks. The breaks are critical as well. You go hard and then you relax, you just kind of for those breaks, but that gives your body is kind of never able to catch up with itself. And that creates greater epoch after the workout, which means you're gonna burn more post-workout than if you sat and, hit the elliptical for an hour. Maybe you can explain more what Epoch is.
Epoch is post, and I'm not going to get into the whole semantics of it. It's what you burn. It's the exercise oxygen consumption. And when you want to think about training or anything that has to do with aerobics or cardiovascular endurance, you want to think about what's called the VO2 max. And you can Google that. That's V as in Victor, O as in operator, 2 as in the number 2, max as in maximum. VO2 max. And what that is your maximum oxygen consumption be consuming during exercise, putting your heart zone. 85%. When you do work, you want the best thing is to match a heart rate monitor. That way you can put it there, you put it on your wrist. And you can have the ones with the strap. Yeah. This one has a strap that I can just put on. And you can monitor your heart rate. There's a formula called the Carvonen formula. It's K-A-R-V-O-N-E-N. Google it. You put your resting heart rate, put it in there, and you figure out where you should, right? I tell people that they should be between 65 and 85% when they're doing their aerobic stuff, but closer to 85, 70. I like people to stay 75, even to 90 when they're doing their high burst stuff. You need to stay high up there. That way you get that cardiovascular, boom, 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 boom. Your body responds to stress. So if you give yourself that stress, that hard work, boom, 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 your body's gonna be like, whoa, I gotta change in order to adapt to this. And then you give it something else, you throw it something different, your body's constantly changing to adapt to that, and you're gonna get more shape to your muscles, better efficiency to your muscles. All of this stuff is gonna be a great benefit. So is where you wanna be. You can do a short version of it, 210 minus your age, then 220 minus your age, and keep it between the numbers there. Okay, Carvonen formula there. But I would recommend getting the Carvonen formula, finding out where your heart rate should be, and keep it as your VO2 max. And that's what you want to strive for with high intensity interval training. Now, some people get confused and think high intensity interval training has to be jumping jacks and all of this fast stuff. It doesn't have to be that. High intensity interval training can be getting down and doing deadlifts with big weight. Get down and do your boom. It's just continuous. Boom, continuous. Boom. Heart rate up. It doesn't have to be super. If you stress yourself, your heart rate's going to go up. When you involve your entire body, go up. Do high intensity stuff that stresses your entire body movements. Burpees, squat.
Jumping jacks even, nice and easy.
Yeah. Or you can do squat and curl with heavy dumbbells, moderate dumbbells, not heavy. You don't want to get super heavy when you do it because you don't want your form to get sour. You want your form to be proper. But you want to make sure you're monitoring that heart rate so that your heart rate goes up. Okay? So with Tabata is a very popular style right now. T-A-B-A-T-A. Tabata is made. It's a form of high intensity interval training that was developed by a gentleman in Japan, and it's pretty well known worldwide. And what it is, it's 8 intervals, 20 seconds apiece. So you start 20 seconds, you take a 10-second rest. 20 seconds, 10-second rest. You do that 8 times, then you take a minute. What you can do with that is you can either do the same exercise 8 times, or you can mix it up. 8 and run yourself through a circuit. So you can do burpees for 20 seconds, stop, 20 seconds, stop. Do squats for 20 seconds, stop, do 10 seconds, go. And you do that. The 12-minute workout, because you have the 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, and then
you're done.
You're done. Okay? And that's your high intensity interval training for the day. It's up to you. I like to go 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour on my high intensity interval training. It depends on what you want, what you like, how you want to do it. It's all up to you, what you want to do with your own body.
And keep in mind, that doesn't have to be high impact. You can do this. Just do your research. You can contact us. We do custom workouts as well. But even just searching on YouTube, look for low impact interval training, right? You need to keep it high intensity. If you're going for that max calorie burn and really getting your heart rate up, this is also going to just help your overall breathing. This is going to change your lung capacity. Or if you play sport, the cross training is also hugely beneficial. I've actually had marathon runners come to some give off 40 minutes to an hour of their marathon time, except adding 1 day a week of high intensity interval training.
Yeah, I'd like to touch on that too. A lot of people think intensity is impact. Oh, my doctor says I can't do that type of stuff because my knees and my back and I have these issues. No, you see, this is high impact. Right? Hanging it on the floor. This, low impact. I'm not banging it, but if you go for it, you gotta go for it. No matter what you're doing, you gotta go for it. You can do squat jumps, that's high impact, or you can just do squats. No impact to that. Then you can get in just great low impact. You're not even punching the bag. Low impact, but high intensity. That's what you want to focus on. Intensity. It needs to be intense. You need to go for it. You need to go hard, and you need to be. You gotta be in it. Okay, so that is super, super duper important to remember with high intensity interval training. Cool.
Wonderful. So I'm actually gonna see if we have any questions on our Periscope quickly. I can't see for our Periscopers. So let me see if we have any questions.
TAHIITfitness.com. That's TAHEFITNESS.com. TAHIITfitness.com. Join our Patreon page, posting all of this stuff for our members. You can join for as little as $5 a month. It's nothing for your health. What's up? So questions?
So what kind of warm-up do you do for high intensity?
High intensity, all up to you. I like to do intervals on my warm-up. What I do is I do 6 exercises, 15 seconds a piece. I repeat them 3 times, and it's a 5-minute warm-up. So it'll be like I'll run for 15 seconds, jump up 15 seconds, I'll do squats for 15 seconds, I'll do punches for 15 seconds, and lateral punches for 15 seconds, and uppercuts for 15 seconds. And then I'll repeat the whole thing. You shouldn't be warming up too long, or otherwise, if you warm up too long, you will completely burn yourself out. You don't want to do 5 minutes. Get in there, get that exercises, then you need to pick up the pace. You want to get your heart rate up 5% of your VO2 max, right? Remember Carbone, Periscope people, YouTube people, all right? So you want to get your heart rate up to there. Then you want to stretch. Your stretching shouldn't be more than 3 minutes, right? That's 8 minutes right there. Remember, we got to keep it short. If it's high intensity interval training and people are busy, well, you don't have to keep it short, but some people want to keep it short. So 5 minutes, I would recommend. 2 minute, 3 minute stretch, then get into your workout and go hard body. What other questions we got?
That's the only question right now. That's the only question we have.
Okay, and make sure you stay hydrated. When you do high intensity interval training, please keep your water nearby. Please keep a towel nearby because you are going to sweat. You want to get that stuff out of your eyes. You know, get yourself nice and comfy in that 10 seconds or that. There are all types of high intensity.
Fractures, I and sciatica. I still work to strength train to keep sciatica from firing out. Scoliosis, and we find ways to keep
That. Okay?
Yeah, back up.
You want to make sure that you don't stop, lay on the floor, your heart rate drops really, really quickly. So get up, walk around. If you're feeling dizzy and nauseous and all that stuff, you need to stop, and then come back in, grab, stop, let your heart rate drop, and then go back into hard body, high intensity. It's not conducive to functioning properly or not passing.
Well, another thing I would like to bring up is stretching. I watch a lot of people overstretch before a workout, and that can actually get you hurt because you are overly flexible, especially with fast movement, with running, with anything that you're a few seconds.
I would recommend what we call dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching movement, back and forth, back and forth. You swing this way. You're bringing your arms back. Dynamic stretching. When you do static stretching before high intensity interval training, which is holding and stretching for a long time and then take it up and you hold it forever, it's too much of a stretch and it can cause a decrease in your performance. So please be careful, be mindful. Hold it a couple of seconds, take it down, take it back, bring it up, hold it a couple of seconds, take it down, take it back. No, none of that 30, 40 second stretches at a time.
Not at the beginning, yeah.
At the end of exercise, yes, the longer the stretch, the better after your exercise. So please keep that in mind.
Ideally, after the workout, you want to have 30 seconds per stretch, if you can. That's obviously not always possible or ideal or probably possibility is the biggest thing. But we spend a fair amount of time stretching after workouts just to ensure, a lot of the pain you get in your knees, people think that was from high impact. It could have actually been because you used the muscles and the tendons, and once they tighten up, either in your knee, in your leg, in your back, that could actually be the cause of the pain. So one side, I have arthritis as well, but on one side, I get very tight between my IT band, my hamstring, glutes on one side. If I don't properly stretch, that tension all comes together in my knee. And it's not a fun feeling.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, I got issues for days.
Listen, as many issues as we have physically, and we still get down and we do this high intensity interval training and other forms of exercise. There's no excuse for anybody not to do any exercise. So please get yourself together. The more we exercise, the less pain we're in. If you're in pain, exercise will help you. It will help you with movement. You've got to get through the initial phase of it, but once you get there, you can do anything with your body. Absolutely anything. So
I agree.
All right. So more on high intensity interval training. We're going off on a tangent.
I know. I mean, I think for the most part we've covered. Let's just kind of do a recap of why high intensity is better. And let's not say better, but depending on your goals, if you're looking to lose weight, you've plateaued and not getting the changes on the program you were using, it's time to change it up. And interval training is the best way to do that. So if you can recap what high intensity interval training is.
High intensity interval training. High burst exercise. Power, fast, boom. It's like, all right, before I go into a recap, let's say you're a runner, you want to sprint, you want to make your time faster, you want to get in it. You get out in the park, and you set your time up for Tabata, and you do it, bam, 20 seconds, boom, boom, you're going, you go for 20 seconds, 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 go hard, boom, 10 seconds. And you get back in it, boom, 20 seconds, and you go for it, okay? You go for it, you got to get it, go for it. Get excited, ah! All right, sorry, I'm not sorry. High intensity, man. So high intensity interval training, high burst, short intervals, shorter workouts, more muscle growth, more fat burning, less time condensed. Your heart, you get the cardiovascular effect without the decreased testosterone, without the decrease in the function of your immune system, without the increase of cortisol, without muscle loss, without strength loss, all of that stuff. There are some down points to high intensity interval training if you do will out. So make sure you switch it up. And you sometimes have to give your heart a rest. So you got to slow down, chill out. So
it's really important to have, if we do a few weeks of high intensity, we get a nice week recovery. And lighten up the load a little bit, because we do have to not go so hard body all the time.
It's important to cycle your stuff. If you want to go in 60 days of high intensity interval training, in, cycle off, do some strength work, slow it down, cool out, allow your body to readjust. Your body needs to readjust. It needs to kind of even itself out, heal up, and get itself right before you start back. And high intensity stuff.
Well, and you want at least one day of rest every single week. You know, along the way, your body needs that. You need to be getting enough sleep. Not that we do, but we recommend.
I get enough sleep. 3 hours a day is enough sleep. Look at these gains. Hi. So, big shout out to the Hodge twins. Hey, man.
Don't do it. Keep it a family show.
We'll gain some muscle.
Oh, okay.
We'll gain some muscle. Shout out to the Hodge twins. So, yeah, man, that's basically the deal on high intensity interval training. If you have more questions, hit us up. You want to check the Periscope to see if there's another question up there before?
Well, I mean, we're pretty much done.
We're out of time.
We're pretty much done.
We're out of time. So if you have questions, hit us up, topcoldfitness.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're at your mama's house. Flying through the air. Yeah, Cold City 19.
I just wanted to show you my leggings.
My name is Todd from the Bush.
I'm Cole Hansen.
We are Top Cold Fitness. Please check us out. Thank you.
New York City, boot camps.
Yeah, boot camp's coming up. Boot camp. High intensity interval training camp is coming up. Hit us up. If you're in New York City, $200, 8 weeks, 40 classes, $249 for 80 classes. Boom. We got you covered. So hit us up.
See y'all soon.